Hey. Hey. Yeah, I decided to do a little, change of scenery. Yeah, the first video was just in front of my desk. Nothing really interesting there. And I figured we could put them behind my, or in front of my closet. Got some interesting things in there. Anyways, welcome back. Yeah, if I'm gonna make this a regular thing, I guess I should have some sort of like sign on, sign off, huh? Hey everyone, Jones here, and welcome back. So today I want to talk about, more of this. So in my first video, I mentioned that, well, I talked about this briefly, and I mentioned how, or the very particular string of words that I use to describe this, which is, I cross-dress passably as a lifestyle for transgender reasons. So I kind of just wanted to, go about this a bit more. I don't know, just kind of clarify what it is that I mean. So, I have a better idea. Let me talk about what I am not. And I kind of want to preface this with an apology. Every time I come out to anybody and everyone that I choose to come out to about Jones, I always say this because, well, I'll get to it after. What I'm not is I used to be perfectly fine with the word crossdresser, because, well, I mean, it's a perfectly fine word when you consider the definition. It's simply someone who dresses in the clothing of the opposite sex. Okay? Simple as that. I mean, that's exactly what I do now, right? I dress like a normal fucking person. But, I don't know. As years went on and I've, felt I needed to keep this secret during those years, and just kind of seen have you ever heard the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon? Is that the one I'm thinking of? I think so. Frequency illusion. It's the one where when you first encounter a name or a word or a phrase, for the first time you've ever heard it, or the first time you think you've heard it, all of a sudden it shows up everywhere. You're now consciously aware of this thing, so now you're more alert to when it appears in your day-to-day life. And it's like, oh wow, this actually isn't an uncommon thing, it's quite everywhere. Yeah, so this is something that I've really noticed with regards to my dressing, with regards to being Jones. As my dressing became kind of a bigger part of my life, I noticed that cross-dressing is actually kind of everywhere. Unfortunately. So where do you normally see this kind of thing? Well, on TV, for example, you have, like, if it's like a commercial or some sort of sitcom or whatever, the cross-dresser, it's generally done for comedic effect, it's like some big burly bearded dad dressing like some fairy princess or something, just goofy sitcom antics and things like that. So it's laughable, Alternatively, if it's like, say, a show more like Criminal Minds, some crime procedural, well, then the crossdresser in question is probably sick in the head, they're perverts or serial killers or just, you know, some sort of nut job. And so, okay, well, there's something wrong with them. You might think, like, drag queens, for example, people that, get super overly done up and super hyper feminine and, put on these really cool performances, and which, while they're pretty cool to watch, I have way too much stage fright to do that kind of thing. As I don't really like the self-confidence to do that either, but, again, that's not really what I do. I don't want to go like overly done and showy with my dress and my makeup and stuff. I just want to, be normal, be passable. What other things does the word crossdresser, conjure? What sort of images? Well, you have, like, the guy, like, dresses in lingerie behind closed doors because it, turns him on. Or, which, no, by the way, it's like, you're giving a bad name to me. You're giving a bad name to, like, the people that, like, don't do it that way, to the people like me that do it more than lifestyle, the people that, for me, that just go about their life like this. And truth be told, I really don't know who does this, honestly. Like, I've poked around online, trying to find other people like me to just kind of hang out with, because I've been by myself, and as much as I love this lifestyle of mine, I really wish I had someone to share it with. But I know I was talking about what I'm not. So I'm not any of those things. I don't do this for, any sort of fetishistic reason. I don't do this, to be goofy or to put on really awesome performances or anything like that. I do this because I just want to live my life. That is it. I dress normally. I dress passably. So I can go out into the world as a normal woman and pass among all the other normal women out there. Just blend in and, live my life. And my whole style is really, like a military jacket and combat boots. That's really my style. Just simple. Simple, but, totally badass. And I'm sorry. Should have gotten water. Unfortunately, I'm kind of locked in my room right now. I barricaded myself in because it's early morning right now. So I don't really have any time to myself to record these things, which means I have to do it with my parents around. So this is my door, and this is my totally legit way of locking it. I have this giant thick shipping tube that I have propped up against the door so they can't get in. And it's just, resting up against there with a couple of computer boxes to wedge it in. Yeah. Is that where it was? Yeah. Ish. I'll settle for ish. And so, I'm not any of those things. I just want to be a normal person living a normal life. That's it. And it doesn't bother me so much when I go out in public and, I'm just shopping or eating or just whatever. I'm doing whatever I'm doing. And, I kind of get, like, the weird looks from other people. Most of the weird looks I get are from older people. Younger people like my generation and younger, or like thereabouts, they're totally cool. They don't give a shit. I had one woman about my age, like, help me when I was Christmas shopping the year before last. And, did she give a shit that I was a guy? No. She was totally cool and helped me out, and I got these pants for my brother. You know, but it's the older people that tend to like give me problems. It's kind of like, not problems, but like they're the ones that do, you know, look at you weird and, you know, mutter under their breath, and they'll be like, you know, talking to their friend, kind of like secretly, you know, trying to like point as they whisper, and you know, they can judge me however they want. I don't really care, because they're just a bunch of strangers. They're just a bunch of passerbys in that day. Not even in my life. They're passerbyers in that day, in that moment. Like, I'm never going to see them again. Who cares? So, I mean, they can judge me. They can think whatever they want about me. I don't care. It's the people that I want to trust. The people that I choose to come out to. Because I feel that I either trust them enough to open up to them about my, you know, biggest secret, or because I'm trying to, you know, erect some sort of bridge of friendship between us, some sort of relationship. And, you know, most of the time it's gone really well. People may not like fully understand what it is that I do, but they don't hate it, you know? Like, they're totally cool and welcoming and accepting of this lifestyle, and, you know, hey, you do you. That's pretty much the mindset. Just, you know, that's all. I think that's awesome what you do. You're being yourself. You're being free to express yourself. You're not hurting anyone. Do it. And I love that. But it's the people that I come out to because I either trust them or I want to trust them with my biggest secret. And they spit it back in my face. They don't believe me. I try to tell them and convince them that no, that this is something that I do normally. This is just a lifestyle of mine. I just want to live my life like this. And I get screamed at and said, no, this isn't normal. This is wrong. This is weird. Stop being wrong. Stop being weird. Just stop it. And they don't believe me. They're so convinced that this is just some sort of weird, perverted sex thing that I do. And I hate it. I don't know. It's not so much the being judged, I guess. It's more just not being believed. Which is why every time I come out to somebody about this, I always have to rattle off that whole list of what I am not. I'm not a drag queen. I'm not a pervert. I'm not some fucking sicko. I'm not any of these things. I just want to live a normal life. That's it. That's why I call this a normal lifestyle, because this is my normal. And it hurts. It really hurts when people don't believe me. That they refuse to believe me. That I'm coming out to them about this big secret of mine. And they say, no, you're lying to me. And it sucks. It really sucks. Now, it's not so much just not being believed, it's being hated for even doing this. I'm sorry. There's one particular person in my life, one person who I did come out to about this, and thinking about them, thinking about the way they've treated me my whole life, the way they still treat me in my life, it makes me really angry. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm just kind of going on and on with whatever I'm talking about. So, yeah, I mean, this is what I do. This is my normal. Wake up, shower, shave, put on the pads and things that I wear under my clothes to give myself a more feminine figure. And then just, toss on an outfit, do my makeup, brush up my wig, and go about my life. And the really cool thing that I've had with at least some of the people in my life is they don't care. Like, they don't even ask why I do this. It's like I'll just show up like this, or like they'll see me, show up to places as Josh all the time, and then just not so much on a whim, but more because I have the availability to, because I can. I'll just show up as Jones one day, and there's no like, oh whoa, it's just I'm treated like the same person as I've always been treated, and that's what I love. I love just being treated like a normal person, because that's what I want, because that's what I want to be. I mean, even outside of this, I still just want to be a normal person. I'm sorry, what was my original point? God, I go off on so many tangents. But yeah, so that's what I'm not. That's the whole list of what I am not. And what I am is just... What I am is literally what the word crossdresser means. Yes, the word has this whole negative connotation attached to it, but no, I am what the actual definition of the word is. Dress in the clothing of the opposite sex. It's not for fetishistic reasons. It's not for sexual reasons. It's not because it's some sort of weird perversion of mine. It's not what I do. I do it because I want to be normal. Which I realize is a really odd sentence. I do this odd thing to be normal. No, well, okay, I do this odd thing, yeah. Totally. I mean, I totally recognize that my lifestyle isn't exactly common. But regardless, this is my normal. This is what I do. And, weird or not, whether, no matter how many judgy people I come across in my life, I don't care. That's not going to stop me. They can think whatever they want about me. Because I know what I am. I may not have a simple, single word to describe what I am. I cross-dress passably as a lifestyle for transgender reasons. I didn't used to always say transgender reasons. It used to just be cross-dress passably as a lifestyle. And I felt like people were still kind of confused about what I meant. So I tacked on for transgender reasons, and people are more like, oh, okay. I feel like they more understand what I mean. So I feel like that's still kind of true. That's a whole topic I can talk about later. But this is my normal. I know what I am. My friends are totally cool with what I am. My siblings are totally cool with what I am. I kind of been thinking of them as my surrogate parents. They've been totally cool with what I am. Like, that's just what I want. I just want to be a normal person. Whether I'm a guy as Josh or a girl as Jones, I just want to be a normal person. I mean, I am a total fucking nerd, obviously. Board games, D&D books, comics. I don't know if you can see those, but those are binders of this card game that I'm trying to collect all the cards of. Cosplay. I mean, I'm so much more than just this. You know? Which is one of the reasons why I don't like when, people do think that this is all I am. That I am just some sort of sicko, that I am just some sort of pervert, that I just do this to get off. It's like, no. I am still the exact same person I used to be. Just, what does it matter what I look like on the outside? Yeah. So I think I originally had something else intended for this video, but it ended up going in a totally different direction. But, I mean, like I said, I don't know how, pervasive what I do is in the LGBT community. Like, of my big circle of friends, I'm the only one that does this. Most of my friends are just, normal, cisgender. A couple of them are transgender. But, I'm the only one that kind of does this. That has a more gender fluid approach. I don't know if even that's the word. Truth be told, a lot of these words I didn't actually learn until just a few years ago. I'm going off on a lot of different tangents. And so it's kind of why I just sort of rattle off, my big list of what I'm not in this video. Because I know what I am. And I want people to understand what I am. But I'm just always afraid that they're not going to understand. And, I have gotten a lot braver about coming out to people about this. But even so, I don't know who's going to watch this, but I want people to understand me. I want people to not get the wrong idea of me. Because this is my normal. And I am coming out to you. I'm opening up about this thing about me. And I want people to believe me. I don't want people to think I'm lying. Because that's what really hurts. And so, like I mentioned at the very start of this, the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. I came more and more into my cross-dressing, and all of a sudden I started seeing it everywhere. But everywhere I saw it, it was just so wrong. Just what I saw, what you see in the media, what you hear about, it's just, I feel like it's really put, the wrong idea of cross-dressing in people's heads. And it sucks. It sucks that I want to go about this lifestyle, but still have to, combat all of this. Combat this whole negative connotation with this word. Because I'm not any of those things. I mean, the word itself is fine. The fault I have with it is the negative connotation attached to it. And yeah, I do recognize that going about this lifestyle, I'm gonna have to combat. I'm gonna have to combat against, that whole negative connotation. And, I can talk about this. I can talk about everything. I can talk about how I've been doing it for years. I can talk about my whole journey of how I got to where I am now. All I can do is just hope that everyone believes me. I'm sure some of you out there won't. And that's fine. Because as far as I go, as far as my life goes, I know what I am. I know what I'm doing. I know that I'm doing it for all the right reasons. And I've chosen to surround myself with people who recognize this. The people in my life are the ones that have been nothing but supportive and kind and caring, and even if they don't understand, are still willing to just listen and hear me out. And I love these people so much. And so while my own family, my own parents, don't believe me, hate me for what I am, for what I want to be, I don't care. I've heard a few people tell me the phrase, "the family that you make," and I think about that phrase a lot because that's what I'm doing. I'm making a new family. I'm surrounding myself with these people. These people that do welcome and accept, not just Jones, but Josh as a whole, me as a whole. Everything that I do, all of my faults, all of my slip-ups, there's no judgment. There's always, a hand reaching out to help me out. Which might sound like a totally simple thing, but that's not what I've had my whole life. Not here at home. And so I am surrounding myself with this new family. And if you guys want to be a part of it, hey, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, I'm sorry, I had like a whole other topic for this video, and I was gonna talk about this, but then it ended up turning into my whole, well, here's what I'm not. And that's still like a really big thing for me. It's still a really important thing to me, because I never want people to get the wrong idea of me. Because this is what I am. I'm just someone who likes to, dress up as a normal girl in kick-ass boots occasionally, and just live my life. And that's really what we all want, right? We all just want the freedom to live your life, to live our lives. And really, if what you're doing isn't hurting anybody, then what does it matter? That's just how I think of it anyway. Anyways, yeah, it's about 9:30, so I know my family's awake. I can hear them on the other side of my door. So I'm gonna go change and... Oh, shit. I have a face full of makeup right now. All of my makeup remover wipes are in the bathroom, not in here with me. Well then. This won't be the first time I've ever had to sneak around the house, so... Well, hopefully I don't get caught. See you later, guys. Bye. I don't know, I feel like I need a better sign off than just... We'll figure that out. See ya.